Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Success. Friends, in this video I have given few questions from the previous year's question papers of NET examination related with Cobb-Douglas production function. First question, which of the following statements are true regarding Cobb-Douglas production function? Options, it is long period production function, it is short period production function, it is based on increasing returns to scale, output elasticities with respect to factors are constant. Select the correct option A and C, A and D, B and C, C and D. Here the first option is it is long period production function. A long period production function is a period during which all the factor inputs are variable. But in short period, it is a period few factors are variable and other factors are kept constant. In Cobb-Douglas production function, we use only two factor inputs, labor and capital. Both the factors are variable factors. So, it is a long period production function. Third option, it is based on increasing returns to scale. Cobb-Douglas production function is based on constant returns to scale. This option also not correct. Fourth option, output elasticities with respect to factors are constant. In Cobb-Douglas production function, output elasticity with respect to capital is alpha and output elasticity with respect to labor is beta. If alpha is 0.5, 1% increase in the factor input of capital leads to 0.5% increase in the output. So, the output elasticities with respect to factors are constant is the correct option. Here, option B is the correct option, A and D. It is long period production function. Output elasticities with respect to factors are constant. Both the options are correct. Second question. Consider an economy with a linear homogeneous Cobb-Douglas production function with two inputs, capital and labor. The share of capital and labor are respectively 1/3 and 2/3. The rates of growth of capital and labor are respectively 6% and 3% per annum. If the rate of growth of output is 6% per annum, what is the rate of growth of output due to total factor productivity? Options are 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%. Here in this question, Cobb-Douglas production function is given. The share of capital and labor is given 1/3 and 2/3. The rates of growth of capital and labor are given 6% and 3%. Rate of growth of output is 6%. We have to find the total factor productivity. The Cobb-Douglas production function is Q is equal to A into K raised to alpha into L raised to beta. The share of capital is alpha and share of labor is beta. So, here in this question, the share of capital is 1/3. Alpha is 1/3. Then share of labor, beta is 2/3. Rates of growth of capital. Rate of growth of capital, K is equal to 6%. Then L, rate of growth of L is 3%. Rate of growth of output. Rate of growth of output is 6%. Here Q is 6%. We have to find the total factor productivity A. Alpha 1/3, beta 2/3, K is 6, L is 3, Q is equal to 6. A we have to find out. So here the values are in exponent form. So since the values are in exponent form, to make the calculation easy, we have to use the log form of this Cobb-Douglas production function. The log form of this production function is log q is equal to log a into k raised to alpha into L raised to beta. Log q is equal to, see, log a into k into L. To convert this form, log q is equal to log a plus log k raised to alpha plus log L raised to beta. Here this log k raised to alpha exponent form is there, log L raised to beta. This here also exponent form is there. To change this log form will become log q is equal to log a plus alpha log k plus beta log L. This is one rule of this log form. If log x raised to n is there, the formula is n log x. Like that here log k power alpha becomes alpha log k plus beta log L. Now we have to apply all the values here. Q is equal to 6, a we don't know, plus alpha 1 by 3 into value of k 6 plus beta 2 by 3 into L 3. When we simplify this, see this 3 and this 6 we can simplify, we will get 2. Here this 3 and this 3 we can cancel it, so we get 2. So 6 is equal to a plus 2 plus 2. It becomes 6 is equal to a plus 4. We can take this 4 to the left hand side. 6 minus 4 is equal to a. Then a is equal to 2. So the total factor productivity is 2%. The correct option is option 2. Third question. In an economy with a linear homogeneous Cobb-Douglas production function, the share of capital and labor in total output are respectively 40% and 60%. The capital stock and labor force are growing respectively at 8% and 3% per annum. If the rate of growth of output is recorded as 7% per annum, then the rate of growth of total factor productivity will be options 4%, 11%, 10%, 2%. This question also same as the previous question. Cobb-Douglas production function is given. In the Cobb-Douglas production function, alpha, the share of capital is 40%. 40%. Share of labor is 60%. Beta is 60%. Then capital stock. Capital is 8%. Then labor 3%. Q, rate of growth of output is 7%. Total factor productivity we have to find. Here the alpha share of capital is given in percentage. So to simplify this, we can write this percentage form into decimal form. So alpha is equal to 40 divided by 100. For 100%, share of capital is 40%. Then we get 0.4. Alpha is 0.4. Like that, beta also 60 to 100%. When we convert this 60% to decimal place, we get 0.6%. Then alpha is equal to 0.4, beta is equal to 0.6, k 8, L 3, Q is equal to 7. We have to find the value of A. The same procedure we can follow here. Log form, log Q is equal to log A into k raised to alpha into L raised to beta. So when we expand this log function, log Q is equal to log A plus log k raised to alpha plus log L raised to beta. the exponent form will become log q is equal to log a plus alpha log k plus beta log L. Now we have to apply all the values here in this function. Q is 7, a plus alpha is 0.4 into k is 8 plus beta is 0.6 into L is 3. When we multiply this, 7 is equal to a plus 0.4 into 8 is 3.2 plus 0.6 into 3 is 1.8. When we add this, 7 is equal to a plus 5. So a is 7 minus 5 is equal to a is equal to 2. So the correct option is option D, 2% is the total factor productivity. Fourth question. For the function q is equal to a into k raised to alpha into L raised to beta, which of the following is correct? Options. The degree of homogeneity is 1. Elasticity of substitution is equal to alpha plus beta. Output elasticity with respect to capital is alpha. Marginal product of a factor is equal to average product of the factor. Here the first option is the degree of homogeneity is 1. Cobb-Douglas production function is a linear homogeneous production function. Linear homogeneous production function means when we increase the input, the output also increase in the same proportion. When we double the input, the output also doubled. So we cannot say that the degree of homogeneity is 1 in Cobb-Douglas production function. So the first option is incorrect. Second one, elasticity of substitution is equal to alpha plus beta. In Cobb-Douglas production function, elasticity of substitution is equal to 1. When we add alpha plus beta, we may get three values, 1, less than 1 or greater than 1. It is possible to get three values. If we get 1, it is constant returns to scale. Less than 1, decreasing returns to scale. Greater than 1, increasing returns to scale. So elasticity of substitution is not equal to alpha plus beta. It is always in Cobb-Douglas production function, elasticity of substitution is 1. So it is wrong option. Output elasticity with respect to capital is alpha. Here in this function, the exponent of k is alpha. Exponent of k is the output elasticity of capital. So output elasticity with respect to capital is alpha. That is the correct option. Fourth option, marginal product of a factor is equal to average product of the factor. In Cobb-Douglas production function, marginal product of a factor is not equal to average product of the factor. Marginal product depends upon the average product of the factor, but it is not equal to average product of the factor. So this option also not correct. The third option is the correct option. Output elasticity with respect to capital is alpha. Friends, we have discussed 4 questions related with Cobb-Douglas production function. Repeatedly go through these questions. Definitely you will be able to attend all the questions from Cobb-Douglas production function in the upcoming NET examination. Thank you. For more updates, please subscribe this channel.